Hello, everybody. This is Tom Brew, your Hoosier Maven for Sports Illustrated Indiana. It's another Tuesday night, so that means it's another night for the Mike and Micah podcast. So we're live at Yogi's Bar and Grill in Bloomington. It's Tuesday night, September 14th, in our rotation now. We've got Indiana linebacker Micah McFadden with us tonight to break down last week's victory over Idaho and take a look ahead at the big game Saturday with Indiana taking on number 8 ranked Cincinnati. So, Michael, welcome to the show. Good to see you.
Yeah. Glad to be here. Excited.
Good. All right, so let's get started quickly. Let's take a look back at last week. You guys had the home opener, beat Idaho 56-14. All sorts of huge game-changing plays. You guys, 2 special teams touchdowns for the first time since 1969. You were a big participant in a strip sack and a fumble recovery that set up the field. It's a lot of big-time plays that turn the game around in a hurry, didn't it?
Yeah. I think, all 3 phases really played well, especially special teams, like you said. Guys really got after them up front, and, we did our thing on defense. So it was really just an all-around win, and I'm proud of the guys.
You guys, at one point, 27 minutes into the game, had a 35-0 lead, and they had a total of 10 yards. I mean, it seemed like you guys defensively were really ready to go and ready to make a statement in that game right away that the Indiana defense is back.
Yeah, definitely. We were definitely looking for a shutout, and unfortunately we fell short of that. But I think we played well, and guys communicated out there, and it was an exciting victory.
How much played into the fact that the Week 1 loss to Iowa, you guys were certainly surprised and disappointed as to how that game went. It wasn't Indiana football. How much of that carried over in sort of wanting to make a statement that you guys have put that game behind you and we're ready to move forward?
Yeah, no, I definitely think that game was huge just for guys realizing what the season is going to entail as far as winning big-time games like that matchup. And, unfortunately we fell short, but, I think it could end up being a good thing for us. And I think guys are really bouncing back and ready to attack this next week.
A lot of what goes on from game 1 to game 2, a lot of people always say that it sort of winds up being the best practice week for learning from mistakes and learning from what went wrong in that. Did you see a lot of that during practice last week that a lot of the mistakes you guys were making were being rectified in practice and being fixed a little bit?
Yeah, there was definitely a heightened sense, of attention to detail. Guys were really locked in throughout the week, trying to fix their corrections from last week and improve on their game for the next week. So I think that needs to continue throughout the year for us to be successful, and I think guys are doing a great job with it.
We've got a home game with a ton of people in the stands last week, and after going all year last year with COVID-19 and playing in front of empty stadiums all year long, what was it like? Even early, that student section, they represented it. They had that whole quarter of the stadium full, and they were there an hour and something early. What was all that atmosphere like even before the game?
Yeah, no, I think it was great. It was really exciting just to see fans out there again, and that student section was definitely rocking. So I think it was good for freshmen and the sophomores who didn't get to see it last year, just be able to see the home crowd and see the support that was shown.
And it seemed like it was really, truly, literally loud. Like especially early in the first half, and when there was a lot going on, they had a couple false starts where the crowd was absolutely making a factor in the game. Which it's like obviously you've been here long enough to remember playing in front of crowds 2 and 3 years ago. But we went through all that last year where we could hear the calls from the press box. The noise in the stadium and the atmosphere kind of ratchets everything up a notch, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it definitely plays a factor, and especially on defense when. The offense might be having a drive and there's a big third down or something. I think the crowd plays a huge role in, helping out our team, and they really showed out the other night. It was awesome to see.
How much fun was it? I mean, just from a fun standpoint, was it fun?
Yeah, no, it's really exciting. I think it was just cool to be a part of and to see that that big of a crowd, probably the biggest since I've been here, and just an awesome open day crowd. I think everybody was really excited to see it, and it just fired up the team.
And of course, it's the first home game, so it's Memorial Stadium. It's you guys are used to playing there, but just that comfort level of just your locker room, your stadium, all that stuff. That had to feel good, and of course, you get to roll into that with another big home game with you.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think home games are something special, and guys really take advantage of playing at home, and guys want to make big plays in front of our fans, and it's exciting to have two home games in a row, and we're really ready for this next week and the crowd that's going to be out there.
Yeah, well, let's jump forward then. It's week 3. Number 8 ranked Cincinnati is coming in here. They were undefeated in the regular season last year. They've got a great team. This is the first time Indiana is playing a non-conference game against a team ranked in the top 10 since 1981. So this is 40 years of making a big-time non-conference game here in Bloomington, and you guys certainly have to be excited about what the opportunity is that lies ahead in regards to knocking off a team that's got a big-time national reputation right now.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, Cincinnati's got a great program, a great team, and it's going to take everything in order to stop them and defeat them. But we're excited for the opportunity, and it's great. Coming off the loss from Iowa, it's great to have a top 10 opponent. Still in your headlights, and I think everybody's really ready to get after it.
One of the things that we talked about on Monday with Coach Allen was that having that bad result in week 1, it was sort of a game against 2 ranked opponents where it was a statement game, and unfortunately the wrong statement got made. And I asked Coach Allen point blank on Monday, how much of a sense of urgency is there now? Here's another opportunity that you guys take advantage of that opportunity. Do you guys, as players, feel that sense of urgency as well? Now that this is a game, nobody wants to ever call a game a must-win, but this is a game you guys need to show up and get something done.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, like you said, this is very important for our season. I think the guys have recognized that, and I think ultimately it's really on the players and how much we take ownership of this week and how much we lock in and get everybody else ready for game day. So, I mean, we're definitely excited, but we realize the task at hand, and I think we're ready. Everybody's really ready to attack it.
How much have you had a chance to look at Cincinnati, and what is it about their team that has you most concerned heading into the game that you guys really need to handle well?
Yeah, no, they're a great team. They do a lot of similar things that our offense does, but they got great players outside and great receivers who can really go up and make big plays for them. A lot of fast guys on offense, so they're definitely going to try to spread the field on us and make us play our game. And the guys are going to have to tackle well, and the boys up front are definitely going to have to get after it.
You pride yourself as a linebacker of being able to play sideline to sideline and go north and south when you need to. This is a team that provides a lot of challenges for you, both physically and mentally, right?
Yeah, without a doubt. They do a lot of things just within their backfield to change pictures and mix it up for linebackers and safeties. So it's really ultimately about our communication and everybody being on the same page, so we can all fit the right gaps and cover the correct person. And that's crucial for us.
Their quarterback, Desmond Ritter's one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the country, according to a lot of the NFL mock drafts and such. And he's got what Coach Warren said was, he's got all the physical tools, but he's got a hell of a brain too. It's his 4th year as a starter at Cincinnati. It's going to be difficult to surprise him with things, right? It's going to come down a lot more to execution than scheme, doesn't it?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, he can pick up blitz as well. He knows what you're trying to do on defense, where the safeties are rolling, and it's really going to be us trying to disguise our scheme, but also execution and finishing on plays for sure.
Yeah, good. Everybody's really excited about a national TV game at noon on Saturday. With a full house, the game is sold out at Memorial Stadium. All that's a wonderful thing. So you can just tell sort of the vibe around town already. There's a lot of excitement for this game. And we've got a lot of people here tonight at Yogi's, which is wonderful too. Got a nice full house here tonight, which is great. And we've got a special guest with us tonight too, Terry Tallen, the former great Indiana player, member of the 1979 Holiday Bowl team. And there's a lot of connections you got between you and him as well. And Terry's here tonight too, and he's going to join us here in the second segment. So let's take a break real quick and hear from our sponsors here at Yogi's Bar and Grill. and Tallen Capital Group and Hilltop 30 Publishing. We'll be back right after the word from our sponsors.
Yogi's Bar and Grill is proud to bring you the Mike and Micah podcast on Sports Illustrated Indiana, recorded live from Yogi's every Tuesday during IU's football season. Yogi's is Bloomington, Indiana's sports bar. Come cheer on your Hoosiers and enjoy over 25 beers on tap, great food including burgers, hand-breaded chicken tenders, wings, and pizza. Located at the corner of 7th and Walnut in downtown Bloomington, Yogi's is where the Hoosiers hang out. Go IU!
Tallen Capital Partners is proud to sponsor the Mike and Micah podcast. Tallen Capital Partners is a vertically integrated, full-service commercial real estate investment, development, and asset services company doing business on a national basis. Visit our website at www.tallencapital.com. Our local featured project is the planned treetops at Mount Airy, a residential development and RV community in French Lick, Indiana. For corporate or project information, contact Mark Salma at info@tallencapital.com. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram.
All of a sudden, I found myself really feeling a physical release from what I was doing and from the activity, and so I threw the rocks harder and I threw them further, and by the time I was finished, I felt sort of a renewed sense of self, I think, or of maybe just peace in my heart and in my body that I hadn't had for a pretty long time, and so it ended up being a really therapeutic experience that I just wasn't anticipating.
All right, welcome back to Yogi's Bar and Grill. This is Tom Brewer, your Hoosier Maven from Sports Illustrated Indiana, here with the Mike and Mike podcast tonight. Got a great crowd here at Yogi's. Great Tuesday night being out in Bloomington. Indiana linebacker Micah McFadden's with us this week, and joining us now is another former Indiana linebacker, Terry Tallen. Great player for Indiana back in the late 70s, member of the 1979 Holiday Bowl team. Was in town for a couple of weeks to catch some games and be a part of this night, which is great. Terry, as you may have noticed from the commercials, his Tallen Capital Group is part of our sponsorship for this podcast, so we're eternally grateful for that as well. It's great to have you here. Great to have you talk some football.
That's great, Tom. Thank you. It's great to be back on campus with everybody. It's great to see you again. And then, Mike, it's especially great to see you. I'm very proud of you and everything you're doing. Just a terrific career. You handle yourself in a first-class manner at every time. And it's a thrill to be part of this.
Terry, you've been obviously a part of Indiana football for a long time and great playing career, but the stamp that you put on this program for everybody for eternity now going forward is you were kind enough to make a substantial donation to help build the football complex with a tremendous locker room and facilities and that you guys were able to move into last year, Micah. So, yeah, Micah, can you tell the fans a little bit about just how great your facility is now? Because you saw what it was like before. And what the Terry Tallen Indiana Football Complex means to you guys.
Yeah, no, I think that the Talent Complex has really transformed our program. It's one of the top tier locker rooms and facilities in the nation, honestly, now, and it's really helped with recruiting, and guys want to come here because of that. And, I know the guys who currently play here love the locker room and use it every day to its fullest extent. So we really appreciate Mr. Tallen and what he's done for this program.
Terry, you guys have known each other for just a little bit, but do you remember your very first meeting, Micah, the very first time?
Yeah, we were down the street having lunch at the Uptown Cafe. Give him a little plug here. And Micah came over and introduced himself and said thank you for the complex. This is right after the complex was announced. And I got to meet his lovely parents, and So that's a big dude. That guy's going to be good. That's going to be a good. That's a good-looking linebacker there. And then we talked a little bit. We came to know that Micah was from Tampa, and I lived in Florida for many years. And I basically lived in the same school district that Micah was in. And I used to down at Plant High School, and I used to work out at their track. I used to run that track down there. So it was a nice small world story. Then to see him come here and be captain and have such a terrific season last year, a preseason All-American, and then to be named the scholarship winner for my annual leadership scholarship, it was perfect. This is the one player I wanted, and I'm very grateful to Scott Bolton and his excellent staff for picking Michael for that. So I'm in Midwestern football bliss this week.
There you go. Yeah, if you could tell us a bit about the scholarship and your involvement for that and how all that works.
So this is the 13th year of the Terry Tallen Football Leadership Scholarship. It's given every year to a football captain who has demonstrated, certainly leadership, but has done something besides just the football side. So something out in the classroom, something in the community, and Michael fit the bill perfectly. This is the 13th year. We've got 3 men in the NFL right now: Nick Westbrook, Wes Martin, and Dan Feeney. Dan Feeney's had a terrific career, and so we're very pleased with that. And I think Michael's going to be the next one.
There you go, Terry. You were part of the 1979 team that won the Holiday Bowl, Coach Corso and everything. Certainly one of the Indiana football highlights. And then now we're sort of in a nice little era again now. 8 wins in 2019. That great 6-1 season a year ago. As a former player who's obviously actively involved still in this program, how exciting has these last couple of years been for you, both as a former player and obviously a huge fan?
Oh, it's thrilling. It's the job that Tom Allen has done has been spectacular. He's the greatest coach in the country. Changed this program dramatically. He's a transformational coach. This team is very similar to our team and the teams of the last 2 seasons. And IU were very similar to our team in a way that we went out to win. We expected to win. It wasn't like we might win. We expected to win every game. We expected to play better every week. We expected to improve every week. And it came down to the Holiday Bowl, and I'm proud to show my ring here that I've had for many, many years now. It's a 40-year-old ring. And the ones you guys get now are about that big, but about the size of a softball. But it all counts. So it's fun.
Terry, you got to watch Michael play quite a bit. I think as a football player, you would have loved to line up alongside Michael, wouldn't you?
I would have loved it. Absolutely. He's terrific. In every phase of the game. He's tough on the run. You're a great blitzer. You're great in coverage. You're the full package. I was more of a run stopper, but you're the full package.
Micah, the fact that you are an All-American candidate this year and you've gotten to that point. We've talked about this a lot before, though. It took 4 years of hard work for you to get to where you're at now. You are a dramatically better football player now, 4 years later than when you got here.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think I just give credit to my coaches and my teammates really who are competitive against me, but also push me to be my best self each and every day. And it's awesome to play for a coach like Coach Allen, who's like Terry said, turning this place around. And I'm just honored to be a part, and I really appreciate everybody who's got me here.
How much does it mean to you too that the former players like Terry stay involved and stay in helping this program sort of get to the next level?
Yeah, no, I think it's crucial. I love, we just got our new position rooms, and it was so cool to see the guys who really helped out and supported us with that and donated for that. But, Terry's donation was huge, like we said earlier, but I really appreciate and enjoy just meeting everybody who comes back and helps out this program. It's an awesome experience.
Terry, you've had a chance to come back and spend some time in Bloomington. What's it like for you when you're back in town?
I couldn't be happier. I feel like I've gotten to it's spectacular. And so many great friends here that are with us tonight, from former teachers, former coaches, former players. And I think it's really a testament to the school and the people that make up a part of this school. This is a very special place, and as people watch this podcast and can see what's going on here tonight, Mike is going to carry on a tradition that many started before that passed on to me. And we talk about paying it back. It's also about paying it forward. Some of the things that we've done with the with the stadium, with the scholarship, it's really meant to be inspirational as well as aspirational to future student athletes. And it's truly, Tom, regardless of sport, regardless of gender, this is a great school for everybody to be able to see this and come back, and then use that to help the recruiting process. Because when you're 10 years out, 20 years out, 30 years out, you come back with your family, it's going to be just as great as it is now.
Micah, you've got a huge game this weekend with Cincinnati. A sellout crowd, which is a rarity, for Indiana football. How much do you appreciate what the fan base is doing in regards to embracing the success you guys have had? It all kind of goes hand in hand, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, I think it's a huge part of our success. And even after our first loss to Iowa, I think it was awesome just to see the amount of support that people still have for our program. It tends to have throughout our season. Like Coach Allen really turning the place around. And I think we all just really want to represent for him. And it's really see fans also want to do that. So I think it's a special thing that they can come out for us, and they do it in a spectacular fashion.
Terry, you get a chance to spend a week or so here. What's the week been like so far? What have you been doing since you've been here?
Well, we've played golf twice, which has been wonderful. At the Med Pal course, which is a terrific golf course. We took practice this morning. Here with friends and family, and really enjoying Bloomington. The campus is beautiful. We did some of the campus walks. Of course, we're going to get some good steaks tonight. So.
There you go. I've always told people that there is a benefit being the southernmost school in the Big Ten. September is beautiful weather. Playing under the lights like it in week one. I mean, it was just a perfect football night, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was really cool. The weather was great. Guys really, enjoyed that night football and playing under the lights, like you said. So it was really exciting for us.
And of course, we get to flip the switch this Saturday. It's a nice early game. Now, I asked Michael Penix last week when we were doing the show, it's like, you guys practice in the morning? And even all during fall camp and we practice in the morning. And so I asked them, what's it like? I mean, you guys, do you spend the night throwing the ball around the lights? It's not, we're good. It's like, but when you got a new game, you guys are used to that early routine anyway. You kind of like that early start to the game and get up and get to the stadium and get ready to roll and like that?
Yeah, without a doubt. It flows perfectly with our practice schedule, like you said, being a morning practice team. Guys are used to waking up early and getting after it immediately. So I think this will be a great routine for us, and I think guys will just really be ready to go.
Terry, obviously we're part of some good teams. You've watched Indiana football for basically 45 years now. What was last year like for you, just watching? With the win over Penn State, that was only the second one ever, and the win over Michigan that had to happen in 30-something years, and win at Wisconsin, which has only happened since for the first time since 2001. All these sort of seminal moments for this Indiana football program. What was it like just watching and enjoying it?
It's exhilarating. It's rewarding. It's fantastic. The Penn State victory was showing you what this team's all about, and what this coaching staff's all about. They dug deep. They made it happen. They took it. It's like in football sometimes, like things in life, things can slip through your fingers. They didn't let it slip through their fingers. So that was awesome. Beating Wisconsin was great. Michael and I have been on teams that have beaten Wisconsin before. I think we were both co-defensive players of the week, I guess, Wisconsin. So they always think they can run over us, and they can't. And then, of course, beating Michigan, there's nothing sweeter. Nothing sweeter than that.
So that was the first time since 1987 that Indiana were beating three ranked teams in 1 year. Of those 3 wins, Micah, did you have? Is there a favorite? Did you rank them at all or not?
I mean, they were all spectacular, like Terry said. I think the Wisconsin game was really special just because it was it was a team win, and I think the defense really played well, and which we had to stop that opponent. And, that was really exciting to be a part of.
I'm the same way. I thought, obviously, that Penn State thing, it was just epic for the moment and how it happened and all that stuff. And it was a way to start a season that was 7 weeks, later than it should have been to start. That was big. And obviously, anytime you can beat Jim Harbaugh and kind of stick it in Michigan, what I always loved about that game is I said all week long leading up to that, but this is the first time I can ever remember that Indiana's got better athletes than Michigan, especially even at the skill position players. Indiana has a better quarterback, better receivers, better running backs, better linebackers, better cornerbacks, right on down the line, which has never happened in my life. But to me, that Wisconsin game, what I loved most about them was, Michael had gotten hurt. It was Jack Tuttle's very first start at quarterback. It was December in Madison. It was not a bad day, but it was cold. It was kind of miserable. And that game was a game that the defense had to win. That it was going to be on the defense to win that game. And you guys basically shut Wisconsin down. A couple of field goals, win 14-6, beat them in Madison. To me, that was, and as Terry is a defensive player, it's like that was a game. It's like you guys as a unit said, "We got this. We'll take. We got your back. We're gonna win this game for you." And you guys did. It was one of the best defensive efforts I've seen from an Indiana team in many, many years.
Yeah, no, I think it was, like you said, it was just cool that the defense took it into their hands, and everybody, even in the offense, wanted to win that game, and Jack Tuttle stepped up big for us, and it was a complete victory.
Yeah. One thing that we got that we built up on last year, it started in 2019 with the 8 games. Last year, you guys took the next level. You got a taste of what it was like to be in the top 10. A taste after that Penn State win, to be ranked all year, to be in the conversation nationally all year long. Now, this year we're expecting a lot of that too, as for you guys. Then with the loss to Iowa, we kind of stuck in my craw a little bit last week. College Game Day in the morning, a 3-hour show. Never mentioned Indiana once. The entire show, outside of David Holloman's misspelled Indiana jersey. It was the only time they mentioned Indiana the whole time, and that's what a loss was. So now a big time win though changes all of that. We mentioned it in the first segment, that sort of sense of urgency. But both of you can share this with me. What's it like preparing for a huge game? What's it like?
It's there's an extra level of focus. There's an extra level of seriousness. And one of the things we all do is we visualize, what's going to happen at the end of the game. So we visualize ourselves walking off the field exhausted and victorious. That we gave everything we could for our team and our school to win.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think, like Terry said, you visualize the whole game, you visualize the plays you're going to make and where you're going to be on the field. But, playing Idaho is one thing, but there's nothing like those really big games that really mean something for your season. And it's going to take everybody to step up and do that.
And how much can you learn from a loss? Obviously it was, there's always the technical stuff of what went on in the game and what you guys missed out on schematically and execution-wise, but how much does the pain of that loss carry over to you guys just don't want to feel that again?
Yeah, without a doubt. It really sets in, and that week after that loss is a really long week, and you're thinking about a lot of things and what could have went better and what could have went worse, But I think for us, it's really just about moving on and taking it one game at a time, and I think the guys are really good at doing that. You can't dwell on the past. You got to worry about what's coming up in the future, and we still have all of our goals out in front of us, and I think the team realizes that.
You've got Coach Allen is always preaching. This is the biggest game of the year because it's the next game, and that's always true. But it breaks down even more microscopically, right? It's really about one play at a time, one assignment at a time, and not just being as crisp and the phrase, I guess, the last couple of weeks has been attention to detail. It's like it just seems like this is a game this weekend that's going to come down to one play, going to come down to 2 plays, come down to 3 plays, and you guys sense that and feel that, and it seems like you guys are dialed in, well prepared, and really kind of targeting, ready to explode at noon on Saturday, aren't you?
Yeah, without a doubt. Coach Warren said earlier this week, it's like you said, it'll come down to 1 or 2 plays, but it's about who's going to execute their job longer and harder than the other team. And I think, that'll decide the outcome of this game. And, we're putting it on ourselves to do our job throughout the week so we can execute on Saturday.
Yeah. And Terry, one last question before we wrap it all up tonight. You've been around Indiana football for a long time. What's it going to mean to you to see a sold-out stadium, 60,000 people in and around the stadium, tailgating all morning long, and just an excitement level for Indiana football that we've really never seen?
It's going to be exhilarating. This is going to be a great thing for the Indiana University. It's a great thing for the state of Indiana. We look at some of these other stadiums that seat 110,000 people, and maybe they have twice the seats. Well, we call this great stadium that we have that, Fred Glass had a lot to do with. It's the Fenway Park of college football. It's a spectacular stadium, a spectacular scene, and to have all the students, to have everybody in the stands, it's going to be rocking and rolling. It's going to be a thrill.
I just can't wait for it to get here. Micah, have a great week of practice. We'll look forward to seeing you Saturday at Memorial Stadium. I'm excited already. It's Tuesday night. I'm sure you are too. And Terry, thank you so much for many, many things. But A, thank you for being here. B, thank you for all you do for Indiana football, both as a player and as a benefactor for all these years. And mostly, C, thanks for helping us do this and being part of it. And we're really glad you're back in Bloomington and enjoying yourself. And we'll look forward to your next trip here as well. You're welcome to sit down and join the podcast anytime you like.
Thank you, Comet. It is truly an honor and a privilege to be an Indiana graduate and an Indiana student athlete. I couldn't be happier.
Well, I've got half of that. I'm proud to be an Indiana graduate too, and it's and have people like you who contribute like you do, so that someone like you, Micah, can benefit from what he does for you and for all your teammates. It's just got to be a wonderful thing to all be a part of that and have this 40-year connection. That's it's like today. It's got to be a great day for you too.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. I really appreciate everything you've done for this program and for being here and setting this up and doing this for me and Mike. It's really special. Thanks, Tom, for putting this together as well. But I really appreciate both of you guys for doing this.
Absolutely, Mike. And I'll tell you, when we have our 40-year anniversary of this, I'll be 100 years old.
There you go. We'll probably be doing some sort of new technology by then, but when you turn 100, we'll have you back, at least for your 40th annual appearance. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks once again. Thank you to Yogi's Bar and Grill for being a sponsor of the show. Great setup tonight as always. Anytime you can come on down on Tuesday nights, feel free. We always have a wonderful time. Of course, food and drinks at Yogi's, you can't beat it. It's Bloomington's ultimate sports bar. We appreciate them sponsoring, and of course, Tallen Capital Group as well. Hilltop 30 Publishing Group as well, and more to come. So Saturday at noon, Memorial Stadium, Indiana, Cincinnati. It's on ESPN. If you can, you don't have a ticket, you watch it on TV, and then come down Tuesday night and join us next Tuesday. Quarterback Michael Penix Jr. back in the hot seat, and hopefully we'll have a lot of wonderful things to talk about. And thanks again, guys, for joining us. Appreciate it. This is Tom Brew, your Hoosier man for Sports Illustrated Indiana, and thank you for enjoying the Mike and Micah podcast.
Yogi's Bar and Grill is proud to bring you the Mike and Micah podcast on Sports Illustrated Indiana, recorded live from Yogi's every Tuesday during IU's football season. Yogi's is Bloomington, Indiana's sports bar. Come cheer on your Hoosiers and enjoy over 25 beers on tap, great food including burgers, hand-breaded chicken tenders, wings, and pizza. Located at the corner of 7th and Walnut in downtown Bloomington, Yogi's is where the Hoosiers hang out. Go IU!
Tallen Capital Partners is proud to sponsor the Mike and Micah podcast. Tallen Capital Partners is a vertically integrated, full-service commercial real estate investment, development, and asset services company doing business on a national basis. Visit our website at www.tallencapital.com. Our local featured project is the planned treetops at Mount Airy, a residential development and RV community in French Lick, Indiana. For corporate or project information, contact Mark Salma at info@taloncapital.com. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram.
The thing too about you starting in the morning is good.